Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, they are in their next matchup. We are going to be switching right over into their point of views here. We'll be starting off, taking a look at the side of the Hogs. And then once we get straight into the match, you guys will be able to get to see what I've been working on, the little bit of an upgrade I've added right here. As soon as we get 3, 2, and 1, straight into the match, custom overlay at the top for scoreboard. This is what I've been working on. This is what we're going to be testing to see how it works, how it looks. There is a small thing I'm going to change real quick for it, but definitely a bit of an upgrade there. There we go. I had it showing some scores there. There we go, 0-0 now. First goal goes in from the Mad Mobsters now. Very well played from them. Mooski, I was talking a little bit too much about the scoreboard. We didn't get to see the gameplay. Mad Mobsters were able to take the first look there as far as getting the quaffle, sending it down, and got a score on Milver. So we're going to be switching sides now, and when we switch sides, instead of switching the scoreboard and all of that, things are going to be staying the same. Switching over to the Mad Mobsters, now we're seeing their perspective, but the scoreboard isn't flipping sides. This is going to be an improvement from the spectator point of view, and I'm hoping you guys will be able to kind of follow along a lot better now. And the snitch doesn't move, so the snitch will be static as well the entire time. Switching back over real quick, we're going to be taking a look back at the Hellfire Hogs now. Taking a look from Milver's perspective. There we go. We see the quaffle currently in the hand of the Mobsters. Mobsters are passing it between each other, going over the Kinky Whiskey. Kinky Whiskey heading over. We do see Ham Jim Lettuce trying to avoid the keeper. Another play right now, one-timer setup, and Milver wasn't able to save it, but it didn't quite go in either. Well played from both sides there. And we're going to be seeing a couple perspectives here. We'll be switching over to Pingu now. You'll be seeing his perspective on the Chaser gameplay from the Hogs. If it doesn't freeze on us too much, there we go. Taking a look, he is trying to go for a little bit more tackle action as on the Seeker. There we go. Watching the quaffle in midfield. No one's able to grab it yet. Prophecy from the Mobsters, able to take possession, heading downfield. We do see a nice intercept right there from Pingu, sent back to the keeper. Keeper kicking it out. We hear it in the background. Jack right now in possession, heading downfield. There we go. A nice pass over the Pingu. Barely was timed where he was going to miss it. He tried to do a shovel pass to the right. Nobody was there to send it to him, and Mad Mobsters in possession right now. Snitchmart is getting close.
Right now the Hawks are kind of leading this snitch, so Mad Mobsters have to step up here on tackles. And I think he died, which is even more crucial, so...
Yeah, switching back over real quick. Taking a look at Mad Mobsters, we see Beccarina's perspective. Now, Beccarina is over on Beater, and we'll be kind of seeing how she's trying to shut down and keep the lead going for Tama. Tama does have a very bright perspective, so if we switch over to his, you'll be able to see that side real quick. Very brightly, if I do say so, but we can see as far as he's going. He is behind, he is healthy, but definitely blinding to try and watch. We see it getting really close. Hellfire Hogs right now leading on the snitch bar. All right, we see Jack right there with the score. I want to say I may have a small mistake as far as the snitch goes. The snitch may be backwards. This definitely is a test as far as this goes, as far as trying to get that figured out. We see Ham Jam Lettuce with the catch there. There we go. The snitch is going to be properly put down now. There we go. All right, we're going to be switching off of Tama's perspective for a little bit. He's definitely bright when we switch back over. There we go. Switching back to Hellfire Hogs, we'll be seeing Pingu's perspective now.
The quaffle game is pretty even till now, so they just need the second snitch for sure to win here. Or they step up on their Chaser gameplay.
Yeah, they need to make sure. There we go. We see Prophecy, another score right now from the Mad Mobsters, leading 10-50 right now. 40-point difference. Mad Mobsters in the lead. Watching a Milver's perspective. There we go. We'll try and see if he's able to get a kickoff. We did see from the Mad Mobsters, Ham Jam Lettuce was able to get the first catch, and a lot of the gameplay comes from the keeper. We see as the Seekers start coming, the keeper kind of wasn't trying to get a kickoff. And so Hamjin was able to kind of get a little bit more snitch meter, and he did respect the keeper once he was out of it. We see another attempt on goal right there. Milver wasn't having to save it. Chaser was able to do a great setup. Taking a look, we see the pass to Kinky Whiskey doesn't quite go for Mad Mobsters. Well played there as far as trying to get a kick, but it was instantly intercepted. With one timer currently, the way it's set up, you're able to deflect those shots if it's not hero protected, and we've seen that happen there. Prophecy, another goal, 60-10, Mad Mobsters in the lead. There we go. We see Mooney downfield. We'll be switching over real quick. Seeing Pingu's perspective now, taking a look from the Chaser perspective. He's definitely playing a little bit more of a defensive Chaser. He's not going for the Quaffle right now. He's trying to shut down the Seeker, going for those punches because they know that they need the snitch from the side of the Hogs. Taking a look, he does try and get an intercept there, but pass play back and forth from Pingu's perspective. He got a little bit of whiplash from one Chaser to the next and kicked it back. Very well played there. They were able to get a save on Milver's end. Taking a look at Mad Mobsters, taking a look at Becca Rena's perspective as beater, trying to make sure that they shut down the Seeker play here. It's very close, anyone's game as far as the snitch goes.
Even if the Hawks catch a snitch here, they still need 2 goals in 1 minute, which is going to be very hard for them, no matter what.
They definitely need to improve a little bit on that Quaffle gameplay, get those scores, and like you said, there's not a whole lot of time left for them to do so. We see another shot on goal coming up here shortly. A block from Milver from his side, switching over real quick, seeing Pingu's perspective again. The Quaffle is just dancing around Milver's goals, and there we go. We see Hamjin Lettuce in the background with the snitch catch. Currently 90-10, 30 seconds left on the match, a difference of 80 points. This is going to be a first win for Mad Mobsters, but we'll see if Hellfire Hogs is able to close up that score differential.
I just see Prophecy pretty dominant here in midfield. Like, Milver have constant pressure on his goal, and they can't really get across midfield to get much attempts. So it's very dominant on both sides here, Snitch and Chaser gameplay.
Prophecy was definitely there to try and make sure that any time that the Quaffle passed half field, he was there to steal it. There we go, the last couple seconds there, and that is a game over. 90-10 with the Mad Mobsters taking game 1. Very interesting there. We've seen a little bit of different play styles. We've seen them mix up a little bit of things from the last couple weeks that we've seen them play. How are you feeling about that matchup, Shocky?
Honestly, I think that was a really good showing from the Mad Mobsters. Prophecy doing a lot of work, both aggressively as well as being like a midfield chaser, going for that Seeker. I think the main difference in that particular match was, what I could see, the amount of communication that was coming out from from the Mad Mobsters in total. Pretty much someone was always talking, and I didn't necessarily see that with the Hellfire Hogs when we were watching their perspectives. I think maybe that game was just a communication difference, and that communication is a huge factor when it comes to high competitive games like the ones that we're seeing right now, where the more communication that a team has between each other, the better. And ultimately, it will lead to greater results, and we saw that as a 90-10 difference.
Tux, what are you thinking there?
I'm really surprised by Hamjam. As I said earlier, I didn't saw much from him, but he really showed off here. I think the first snitch was pretty dominant. He had like half more than Tama had here. I think Tama died a bit too often, to be honest. He got killed by Becca sometimes, and they have to step up on pressure on Ham and have to reduce the pressure for Tama, while still have to consistently have pressure on the Chaser game. They just lost on every front here, basically. It was very, very well played by the Mobsters. So yeah, I need to see improvement on like everything, basically, from the Hogs.
Yeah, the Quaffle gameplay, definitely. We've seen a little bit of a shutout from Prophecy, just able to get the Quaffle over on Milver's goals, and the amount of times that they was able to have attempts on shots on goal allowed the Quaffle to slip through. And even though Milver was doing a good job saving some, the amount of shots there just let one through, let the next through, and over time it just added up to be dominant in the Quaffle gameplay.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe I want to see like more passing from Hog sides in the midfield. It got pretty much intercepted. Mostly the keeper kick got intercepted, or the first pass. So they need to find a way to get it consistently down the field.
Very nice. And for those who are watching, while we go ahead and wait for these guys to queue up, while they talk a little bit of strategy between their matches, I want to know from you guys, what did you guys think of the scoreboard? I know at first I had the snitch incorrectly displayed for that very first snitch. It was flipped there, but it was something I've been working on. It's a little bit of a side project in between weeks that I was using to upgrade the stream quality, make it so that way when we switch sides, you guys aren't getting kind of whiplash between the score switching, the snitch switching, and all of that. Just having something static up there, kind of keeping it so that way a new person coming into this is able to follow along a little bit easier. Definitely interested to hear how you guys think it looks.
I mean, I am pretty impressed by it. I saw it before the stream, but seeing it in game and it's working, I'm just very impressed too.
Yeah, getting some previews of that beforehand, just setting up for this particular broadcast, as well as a couple of days prior and during our interview on the Bear Talk show. Just hearing the different changes that were coming, I have to say from a personal perspective, I actually really like the changes, and you can see everything more clearly, and you're not necessarily thrown for a whiplash whenever switching perspectives.
As Rajan pointed out, the timer is definitely something that's a little bit interesting. The timer is something that's taking straight from the source, and it's using a little bit of chroma key action there. I tried to do a little bit of optical character recognition for the timer specifically. It's using OCR for the scores, so we were able to pull that data and turning it into text from the image and video. But the timer itself is just a chroma keyed of the actual timer. And so whenever the pixel quality on Discord does drop a little bit, you can notice it, but it still is working out well, and you guys can at least follow along. And then another thing, I don't know if you guys noticed, but down in the bottom left, something I also introduced is the team icon is above the players. So when you're taking a look at the left players, you can see, for example, Tama is on one side, and you'll see right next to Tama the Hellfire Hogs icon. But then when we switch perspective to Mad Mobsters, the Mad Mobsters icon's above them. So it's an additional extra little things, so that way if people are following along when the multi-POV changes, something to help you follow along what team is which a little bit better. And this is where we say to Unbroken Studios, give us custom games, we're handling the spectator part. It might be slightly scuffed, might be some improvements that we can definitely have in the long run, but we can handle the spectator front if you at least give us custom games. We would love a spectator mode, but at the bare minimum, give us customs. It does look like the players here are going ahead and getting into their next match. On one side, we'll have Milver, Mome, and Pingu as far as perspectives, and on the other, we'll have Beccarina and Life Size Midget. Does look like they switched out Tama for Pentradox. There we go. Gotta say it right. How do you feel about that switch up real quick, Shocky?
Well, like I said, I've seen a lot more of Tama than I have of Pentradox. I do notice that maybe Tama was going down a little bit too much, so maybe they switched it out for a different build, and we'll see how that particular change happens. And really, what takes place in this game, it looks like maybe they didn't get the right team for the first one, but that's kind of the struggle that we deal with, just not having those custom games. But who knows? Maybe with the Yule Ball event, they'll also introduce the custom games.
Fingers crossed, it would be a Christmas miracle, as we'd say. Well, going ahead as they are getting ready to queue up again to try and get into the same match, that's where I always like to say, if you guys are in chat, if you guys are watching along, make sure that you are holding off on your queues. Your party can wait just an extra 5 minutes for these people to kind of queue and get into their game. We will be pumping up the music, let them get into the queue, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, they are in the same match now, so we will be getting straight into this round. We'll be switching over, and we'll be taking a look first at the Hogs' perspective from Mome. Gotta love the uniform clap to start it off. 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Straight onto the clock, we see a Mome with the first kickoff. There we go. Early possession of the Quaffle. We see a quick shot trying to get past Life Size Midget, but a very nice block between so many people there. He was definitely dodging and weaving and did his best, but very well played for that first play there. See Kinky Whiskey approaching Milver right now. From his perspective, he passes to Smart Bean and it goes straight into Mome's hands. A quick pass play back to Pingu. As shovel pass back over to Mome. Mome with the current lead. Looks like he tried the shovel pass, but he didn't quite have a teammate to pass it to. There we go. We're going back onto the side of the Hogs. See Milver having Prophecy coming this way, but Mome with a nice snipe of the Quaffle. We see a little bit of Quaffle dominance right now between Mome, Smart Bean, and Prophecy. They've been kind of the ones holding it the most. Jack D, though, currently in possession, heading towards the keeper. Nice little dodge play with Life Size Midget with the save. Very well played. We'll be switching sides again. We'll be taking a look from the beater perspective as far as Beccarina, I believe, is live. And then we also have Smart Bean playing this time around. So we have a little bit more perspectives from all of the players. We'll take a look how the snitch game is going right now. There we go. Taking a look at Becca's point of view. We see right now, Seekers are pretty close as snitch meter goes, but it's a little bit lower on health as far as the Hogs Seeker is concerned. There you go. We see the heal up there from Pentradox, and there was the change from Pentradox from Tama. There we go. We see.
I must say, I like the Quaffle game already way more. I see Hellfire Hogs more in possession and actually scoring now. I like that a lot. They changed something up. They actually down the passes. They get the ball down the field and they get the opportunities. I like that change a lot.
We do see right now the first goal does go through from the Hellfire Hogs. Jack D with a goal. We're still watching Becca's point of view. We did see as far as the Seeker goes down on Hogs. So the lead is currently in Mad Mobsters going into the snitch race.
So we either need to see more scores here from the Hogs or maybe some tackles from the Chasers too on the Seeker. Otherwise, Mad Mobs is going to secure that snitch again.
Yeah, we don't have a Seeker perspective this round, so we're just kind of watching from the beater because the beater gives you a good look and a little bit more limelight as to what's going on there. But Jack in the background, another score for the Hellfire Hogs, getting a little bit of that snitch insurance there. We see currently 20-0 for the Hellfire Hogs.
The Chaser game is completely shifted from last game. Last game I felt like the Mad Mobsters were more dominating, had more chances and stuff. And this round, the Hellfire Hogs just scoring 2-0, having more chances, more possession of the ball, and
there goes Ham Jam with the catch. There we go. Currently 20-30, Hellfire Hogs leading Mad Mobsters. If you guys are seeing a little bit of a glitch as far as the scoreboard, it is something I'm currently working on. And this is the first round that we're kind of working with this to try and get this solidified and kind of working. Sometimes it's having a little bit of bugs, but for this test run, kind of seeing what's going to work, what's not, so that way I can make it better for next time. There we go. We see Jack once again from the Hogs. There we go. Switching back over real quick, taking a look from Milver's perspective on Keeper. 30-30. Hellfire Hogs, Mad Mobsters. Mad Mobsters may have got their first snitch, but the Hogs being dominant on the Quaffle gameplay has allowed this to come back, and they got their snitch insurance that they needed.
Yeah, we finally see passes connect. They're not getting intercepted as much from Prophecy anymore in the midfield, and they get their chances and they score.
There we go. We currently see 30-40 as far as it goes. Mad Mobsters in the lead by 10 points. Finally a Quaffle score, as Tuck said. Snitch gameplay is still looking pretty close per side. We do see Mad Mobsters and Hellfire Hogs nice and healthy from both Seekers. Very close gameplay there. The beaters are going to definitely make up a difference there as who's going to be the winner. We will take a look real quick. Mome.
It's definitely gonna come down to the snitch again here. If the Hellfire Hogs aren't like scoring way more now, or maybe if the Mad Mobsters come back, both is possible here. But still, I think it's gonna come down to the snitch. So probably need to increase the pressure here a bit.
We see Jack in possession again. Quickly over there, we see a Rim very close to scoring once again. Could have been a 40-40 situation. We see Mome in possession right now. A pass over to Jack, who has been trying to score, but a quick interception from Kinky Whiskey. Taking a look right now, we do see Prophecy having possession of the Quaffle. We see Kinky set up for the one-timer on the right. Prophecy sending the pass over, and it looks like the one-timer was meant to go back to his teammate, but didn't quite collide. And there we go. We see Kinky Whiskey with a 50 points. That is currently 30-50. Mad Mobsters in the lead, 20-point difference. Snitch race very close at both sides. Take a look back at Beccarina's perspective. Taking a look at the Snitch gameplay, we'll see how Beccarina is able to take an impact on this. There you go. As we're watching Hellfire Hogs very close to the Snitch catch. A small lead, but a small bump or a tackle could change this at all. Whoever gets this catch is definitely going to be the deciding factor for this race. Prophecy currently in possession of the Quaffle. Heading down, we also are watching Becca's point of view, trying to get Penter. He's very low in the red. We see a missed tackle right there, and there he's dead. Smart Bean with the tackle to end the Hogs Seeker. Hog Seeker goes down. Mad Mobsters in the lead. There's the catch from Ham Jam. 80 points from the Mad Mobsters, 30 points on Hellfire Hogs. Difference of 50 with only 30 seconds left. The second game is going to go to Mad Mobsters for the map series win.
At this point now, they're just playing to see if they can reduce the point differential or increase the point differential from the side of Mad Mobsters, just because the point differential is something that is going to make a difference if it needs to go to a wild card situation.
That really came down to the Snitch.
I feel like this game is closer than last time, definitely. And I like to see that change from the Hawks. Even though they lost here, they changed something up. They improved in their play. Snitch was very close, and the Quaffle game was pretty even here. It's like 30-30 in the Quaffle game.
There we go. Final score was 30-90 with Mad Mobsters taking the series win, going 2-0 in the best of 3.